Again, if you can kind of get it behind a plant is always nice, because then you can create a little bit of a silhouette. You're highlighting a plant, but then you're still getting that light, kind of that second, well, to the front of the house. And by having it a little bit further out behind that plant and having it more upright, you're going to do a better job of trying to get some light up here as well.
Hey guys, it's Cal from The Lighting Doctor here. I hope you guys enjoy this video with some more great landscape lighting tips. To learn more about landscape lighting, go and check out our website at lightingdoctor.ca. Or if you want to see what a real quality landscape light should look like, go and check out our Try It Before You Buy It offer, where you can get a premium quality fixture at a discounted rate with your very own battery pack, so you can go and test out how that light's going to look and feel what a real premium quality light should look like. So go and check us out at lightingdoctor.ca, or go watch more videos on YouTube just by searching for The Lighting Doctor.
Hey, Sean, thanks for taking the time to send in your pictures. Yes, I will definitely show you some kind of cool ideas and stuff that you could do for your house, and kind of where to light the house, as well as the different trees and stuff you talked about. I think definitely lighting all the trees that you had talked about, especially like the Japanese maple. Okay, I kind of see what's going on here. Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay, so what I would do is, this is probably the best picture. So for lighting the house, what I would do is just use some uplights like these for the majority of the project. And what I would do is, like on the front of the house here, I would try and get those uplights. I think I would probably try and get them, because these are fairly close to the house. I think if you were able to get them just in front of there and have them shining upright, the biggest problem I see when most people try and accent their houses, they bring the lights far back and they shine it at the house, and then it really misses the top section, and it usually creates a very flat light. Whereas if you can get it kind of close to this tree and have it shining more upright in these three areas, you're going to do two things. One, you're going to highlight the house, but you're also going to highlight the trees in front and cast some silhouettes along the house. So that's what I would do, is just have three of those along there. That would look really nice. And then in the front porch area, I would have one kind of in this corner that lights this front pillar, as well as this one, as well as this one. And what that does is it really makes the whole entryway very inviting. The white light is very reflective. The light hits the top here, and you kind of get some reflective light back onto this area, as well as it almost looks like you have some soffit lights and you get a nice glow up there. The only thing about the two lights you're going to put right by the porch is you just want to put something on them called a hex baffle. So what a hex baffle is, I don't have a picture here, but it's a little glare shield. It looks like a little honeycomb shaped filter that fits right over the bulb and underneath the lens here. And what it does is it just deflects the side glare. So whenever you have lights that are close to a walking area, you put those on so that you don't really notice the glare in your eyes as much, but it just does a nice job of highlighting that area. So I would definitely highlight that. And then on this side, kind of the same idea as we've done over here with the accent, with the uplights, is kind of get them over here and over here, have them shining up. And I think on this one, even because it's a little narrower, because we have this one here, you might even just put it kind of in between the window. Again, if you can kind of get it behind a plant is always nice, because then you can create a little bit of a silhouette. You're highlighting a plant, but then you're still getting that light, kind of that second, well, to the front of the house. And by having it a little bit further out behind that plant and having it more upright, you're going to do a better job of trying to get some light up here as well. So that's what I would definitely start with. I mean, something else you could do if you really wanted to take things to the next level is actually gutter mount a light on the second story. In with one of these gutter mounts that we have, you basically just fasten the light onto there. You can run all your connections and wire in the gutter. It's actually quite easy to get up, because usually there's just like a downspout or something like this that you can either go right up inside or behind, come over here and mount an uplight. I would almost try and mount one kind of up in here that gets both of these peaks, and then same thing, have that shining fairly upright, but then it really does a nice job of balancing the whole front of the house here for lighting. And then kind of like you said, I mean, you're planting a guy over here. I would definitely try and get an uplight on that. And just definitely on the weeping tree you have over here, I would try and get an uplight on that for sure, on that guy over there. And then these are, yeah, you're going to kind of get some reflective light that's going to highlight these nicely. You've got these guys lit up nicely. If you wanted to, and this is where you could either do you could do one of two things. If you didn't want to use a lot of path lights and wanted to just use a wash light on those smaller shrubs, I think that's a good idea too, because if you use this, it's not as bright, it's not as intense as something like this. It's a wider angle. It's great for lower lying shrubs. But if you kind of had those just highlighting the bottom section under the windows plus those trees, so just in front, and have them highlight those. Again, the nice thing is you get some reflective light that kind of acts like path lighting a little bit, so you don't necessarily have to use as many. And then depending on what you've got going on here, this might be another area just so that you can kind of balance out in between where you have the uplights. You might want to throw a wash light kind of in here somewhere that's highlighting something like this. Just make sure it's kind of behind the feature, so as you're sitting on the porch you don't see the light shining in your eye. Or the other thing you could do is, this is an area where you might want to just add 2 path lights. A lot of times what people will do is they'll say, for example, they'll put like 2 path lights in here and in here. And if we have your accent light here, they'll put a path light here under this window and then maybe one on the edge. So it really depends if you'd rather uplight it with some wash lights or have some path lights. And I think same thing for here. Obviously, I just noticed these aren't planted yet. So if you're going to plant these and you want to kind of highlight them and these beams, that's a nice idea too. And having that light just kind of behind them too kind of blocks that glare from coming out of the house. So that would be a really sharp way to do it. And other than that, I think that that pretty much covers it. If you have any other questions, Sean, let me know. You can definitely play around on the website, kind of add those different lights that I talked about to your package. Transformer kit like this would be enough. You have a 150 watt transformer, 250 feet of wire, which should be plenty to do that front section of the house, connectors, all that kind of stuff. If you need to add a gutter mount, we have those on there as well. It just depends whether you want to take it to that level or not. But if you have any other questions, or you just want me to customize the kit for you, just let me know what you like, how many lights, and we can put something together for you. And yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks, Sean. It's just another cool example. If you can see this top peak here, where we used a couple gutter mounts and just focused them in on that top peak. Really turns out second story peaks, definitely something you want to focus on if you can get the lights up there. Definitely brings your landscape lighting plan to the next level. Hey guys, so I just want to show you, we're going to use our accent light a whole bunch in this property. And a lot of common areas we're going to use that is on some nice trees. We got a really nice tree here that we're going to try and focus on. But one thing I see people do too often, or more times than not, is instead of trying to get that light nice and close to the tree and having it shine up, so you're taking advantage of all the barking structure and then all the branching up top, is they'll bring it far back and try and aim it at the tree. And what happens there is they tend to miss a lot of the lower portions of the trees. And then also when it, you know, depending on the area you live in, if you start losing a lot of foliage in the wintertime, then having that light shine at all the foliage is kind of a waste of time, and you lose a lot of the effect of that light. That's why I like having it closer to the tree. You know, here we're maybe 12, 14, 18 inches away from the base. We're going to have it shooting almost straight up because I want to highlight all this trunking and branching structure as possible, as well as now we're getting that light up into the foliage and into the canopy. So again, with our standard RS uplight from FX Luminaire, there's lots of other good ones out there. I like this guy because it's a real workhorse, and that's what we're going to use on this project. Hey guys, it's Cal from the Lighting Doctor here. We're going to show you how to light up your landscape with the PL Path Light from FX Luminaire. This is a great light to use anytime that you need to highlight some walkways or steps, or create some security lighting in some really dark areas. It's a great light for just creating some contrast between some accent lighting on your home and in your landscape, between some down lighting down on the ground and the garden bed areas that you use. The one thing I will say about the path light and any path light is people often tend to use more path lights than they need to. So my recommendation is use these sparingly and use them only where you need to create that contrast. If you have areas where you have big giant rocks or boulders in your landscape, it's a great light to use because you get a lot of reflective light off of those rocks. Something I always get asked about these lights is how far apart do you space them? And as a general rule of thumb, we tell people 8 to 12 feet apart, but it really depends on how dark that area is. The darker the area, the further away you can space them. And changing the intensity of the bulb doesn't always change how bright that light is going to be or how far
that light's going to spread. It's more determined by the height of the riser. So in most of our kits, you're going to find a standard 12-inch riser that you can space between 8 and 12 feet, depending on how dark that area is. But if you're looking to spread that light a little bit further, look at getting an 18-inch or 24-inch riser on your path lights. And that's how you can go and really spread that light out so that you don't have to overuse them, but you can just use them in the right spots to create that subtle downlighting on your garden beds, patios, and so many more other areas. So what you're going to find in your Try It Before You Buy It landscape lighting kit is 4 things. You're going to find our RS uplighting fixture from FX Luminaire. You're going to find our wash lighting fixture from FX Luminaire, and you're going to find our path lighting fixture from FX Luminaire, which are 3 of the most used lights that we use in any of our landscape lighting projects. And along with that, it's going to come with a King Innovation Instalight, which is a battery pack that's going to allow you to go and test out these lights on your property to see which lights are going to look best where. The Try It Before You Buy It kit is a chance for you to go and feel the difference between a good quality light and a premium quality fixture and the poor quality lighting that you're going to find online and in a lot of other stores. So you get to test those lights out for 14 days, go and plug them in, test them out on your property, see what's going to look best. And if you don't love it, you send it back to us and you get a full refund. And if you do, you keep those lights at a discounted rate and you just get whatever else you need. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys got some great do-it-yourself landscape lighting tips. Now, please be sure to go to our website at lightingdoctor.ca and check out our how-to page. It's full of great resources from our podcast to our video to our most frequently asked questions. And also check out our Try It Before You Buy It light, where you can actually go now and get one of our premium quality uplights and a King Innovation Instalight, which is basically a battery pack now that allows you to go and run those lights and test them out on your property. Try it for 14 days. If you don't love it, send it back to us and we'll give you a full refund. And if not, you keep the light at a discounted rate and go and buy what you need for your project. So thanks again for watching. Please be sure to leave us a comment. We'd love your feedback. Have a great day.